Welcome back, everyone, to Sunday Night Lights. We are here in the north woods of Wisconsin as our drivers take on the second of our endurance rounds at Crandon. We had a wild one last week at Wild West, where Josh Clogg was able to go back to victory lane for the second week in a row. We've had 3 different drivers go back-to-back this season, but none of them have been able to fulfill the three-peat. Will Josh Clogg finally break through this season? Could we see someone like Mertz or Palacio stop him? Or will someone like Bryan Sawyer finally break through and get a win this season? Stay tuned to find out.
Our venue for this evening is the virtual Crandon International Raceway, opened in 1970. Our venue for this evening is the virtual Crandon International Raceway. Opened in 1970, North American Simulated Auto Racing started visiting this circuit in 2020B. However, this is the first visit to the full layout. 1 mile in length with 8 turns, 3 to the right and 5 to the left. The lap begins with the left of turn 1, up a jump to turn 2. Very wide turn 3 next before the 180-degree hairpin of turn 4. Exiting this corner, full commitment is needed into turn 5 before we crest 6 and head back down the hill to turn 7, where we have seen plenty of action in the past. The jump between the final 2 corners has been the culprit of many incidents. Just ask Romain Rateau after his accident here in 2023A. After the jump, it's the flat, always narrowing turn 8 to complete a lap here in Wisconsin.
Thank you, Virtual Josh, for our track walk tonight. Our format for NASCAR Rallycross is as follows. 18 cars will split into 4 heat races, 5 laps apiece. The top 2 from each heat race will transfer onto the feature. Winner gets 3 bonus points, and the runner-up will get 2. Unique to NASCAR Rallycross in our endurance race, these are more of our typical style circuits. These style rounds are usually done on the truck tracks or the road courses, as we found ourselves on a truck track tonight. The rest of our competitors will funnel into 2 semifinals, 5 laps, and the winners will receive 1 bonus point and move on to the feature. This sets the grid for a 10-car, 10-lap feature where the points are handed out and the trophies are as well. The 7th round of NASCAR Rallycross Lights begin tonight, or the 8th round, I'm sorry, with Victor Vallee in the production truck. My name is Cody Erdmann, alongside James Watson in the commentary box. We welcome you to Wisconsin. Our coverage all season on ASN is brought to you by NordVPN, your gateway to online freedom and security. Protect your digital privacy with gateway military-grade encryption. Browse the web anonymously and access your favorite content from anywhere in the world. Receive 63% off a 2-year plan at nordvpn.com/ASN TV USA. Also, our cameras for the entire season are brought to you by TrackCams22.com. And finally, our own music was produced by our own Alex Abetti. As we're finishing up practice here, James, first, how are you? And 2, what are you expecting for tonight?
I'm good, but I don't think our competitors are going to be good after tonight. You're asking me what I expect. Basically, last week on steroids. It's Wild West last week is a bit more easier to deal with these cars. Crandon Full, however, is very unwieldy for something that doesn't have extreme suspensions such as the jumpy trucks. It's gonna be a time and a half watching these guys and girls get through this course and try to deal with all these jumps, all these bumps. It's not going to be easy, and fortunately, unfortunately, the chaos is going to be mitigated a bit with no land rush start, which I'll be honest, I'm a little disappointed about. Like, you're not disappointed if you're a driver, but if you're a broadcaster or a fan, you're very disappointed with no land rush.
Yeah, I was honestly looking forward to that with this round, but yeah, that kind of takes a little bit of the uncertainty away. We're gonna have the kind of the 2x2 rolling starts as we saw in Wild West last week. So as we're kind of rolling off here for qualifying, we'll let these guys and girls, get a couple laps in here, and we'll see where they all stack up for qualifying and for the heat races. Yeah, the longer section of this circuit has less of the jumps, but is more uneven. So it'll like to send your cars off as we're watching Eric Kaplinger here coming through the long section of the course. It definitely gets more rough where these cars do not like it at all, especially after the hairpin. There's the one, it's just a little kicker, but it's uneven left and right, and if you hit it right, it just sends your car sideways. So we'll have to watch these drivers, especially too wide through there as we're coming into the hairpin here. Definitely some different options as we see the drivers kind of take, and then down around the corner here, back to
Yeah. Yeah, I believe, especially with the rolling starts, like we're not gonna see like the 8 wide run to nowhere, but we are gonna deal with some chaotic incidents. Like going into turn 1, and it's difficult because you have all the bumps going into the first little switchback, and then you have like what feels like a 90-degree right, then into another 90-degree left, and you're gonna have all the cars kind of barreling down on each other, sliding up, and then you get into Cowboy, the hairpin. Yeah. It's gonna be difficult because you kind of have to come to what feels like a complete stop, and there's not a whole lot of room to work with on entry, so it's not gonna be easy to avoid plowing into the back of someone entering this corner, especially with how easy it is to lock up the brakes on these fixed setups.
Yeah, so everyone's on a nice fixed setup. They're a little bit bouncy, nothing too bad. Nothing like we're going to see tomorrow in those contenders for supercars. Those things, I feel like they have pogo sticks on them.
Boing, boing, boing.
Yeah, it's bad. It's really bad. These cars seem a little bit more stable. They're not bouncing as bad, although I have watched a couple guys, especially over the one big send. I've seen a couple cars kind of barrel roll because they bounce it a little too hard. So we'll have to keep an eye on that. But yeah, we're going here. Let's see. There's Bryan Sawyer up to P1 with an 18.6, and then Clog with an 18.7, and then Grady with a 19 flat so far. So this is kind of the first laps of 3 are coming in on the board. This Palacio goes up to the top of the board with an 18.4, so haven't seen him that quick all in practice, so good lap by him. Another thing we don't have to deal with as much as they're all running the VW Light. We don't have the different manufacturer differences between the Subaru, the VW, and the Ford Fiesta like we do in the contenders. So nice thing it's on a nice thing everyone's on a solid playing field is Mertz with a P6 at the moment with a 19.3, so he's able should be was that P2 in his heat race?
Yes.
So it should be a good that would help him for the points for sure. Minimizing the damage. I know these are probably his toughest rounds. So he's just trying to gain as many points out of it and keep the deficit as big as he can going into Iowa.
Ooh, and it'd be a little spicy because if everything holds, peep who you would be starting on the outside front row with for Heat 2.
Yeah, Francois Martel just moved him down one spot with also a 3, so some really tight lap times here in the top
No,
row.
our
Painful.
memes hype and narrative.
Nope.
Cool.
As we're moving on, did not have enough time for the third lap there. So moving on to heat number 1. Marcus Palacio, Dan Carrito, David Doothwaite, Ed Boyles Jr., and Brandon Lambert. A return to the series. He returned last week for the contenders and now seems to be back. Glad to have our previous champion back here with us. Let's see, you got any predictions here for Heat 1?
I don't know if I could really make a prediction yet because we don't really know how this is gonna go.
Smash off. We figure it out.
If I remember correctly, I believe this is the first time we're ever taking the lights to Crandon.
I believe for the long.
Amen.
I think we've done the short course, but not the long course. So
Yeah, so we have no idea how this is gonna go and how they're gonna get through being side by side for the first half of the track. So all I can predict is chaos. I feel like that's a good bet.
very well could be as cars are rolling off here. About a third of a lap of the pace lap here. We got both of the Warrior racing cars with the TWRS backing on them, so see if one of them two can possibly make it through, or if Palacio and Berto can hold tough in 1 and 2.
Yeah, you never like being with your teammate in a heat race.
No, yeah, I think that's the one thing you really don't want. This way everyone can kind of make it in, and then we'll battle it out in the feature.
Pretty much.
And then you have Brandon Lambert pulling up the rear of the field here for Heat 1. Rolling around the final corner here, waiting for the green. And we are off and racing for Heat number 1 here. Through the rollers, through the right and left here. Palacio with a good jump.
Yeah, that was necessary. He needed to do that.
Everyone already single file through here. Down this long back straightaway here to the hairpin. See if anyone makes a move. Palacio looked like he was kind of blocking. Everyone up around the top of the berm.
Whoa, there's a little bit of side by side.
Ooh. Lambert trying to get up the inside of Boyles. Looks like he's gonna have to take the long way around here through this long swooping right-hander.
Yeah, it's hard to go side by side through there, not because it's impossible, it's just because you're having to take such a wider line through that corner. Right, it just scrubs off so much speed compared to the car on the inside. Right, it's just really hard to stick side by side. And it's a shame because if you can, you're going to have the preferred line going into the barn corner. So that's why you tend to see a lot of guys try to stick side by side.
Esquerdo got a run.
He's sending! He's sending!
Esquerdo right on the back bumper of Palacio here.
Yeah, this is surprising. Carrito's having a heck of a run. Marcos had to compromise his line a little bit, trying to protect the real estate.
Ooh, Palacio was a little bit more sideways to that corner, so I think Carrito's going to have the run down here.
Let's
See what
see.
happens in the hair. Ooh,
There, he's looking.
Block.
Hit the air raid siren, maybe? Nope.
Ooh.
Ooh, okay.
Wait in the bottom.
It was half a send from third place.
It seems like Carrito's not sliding as much.
Oh no! Oh, that's gonna lose a lot of time.
A little bit of a mistake there by Corrido.
Yeah, like,
Ooh, now Doothwaite on the back bumper is to battle for the transfer spot.
wow, this was not good second half of this lap for Corrido. He went from battling for the lead to holding on to the transfer spot for dear life.
As Doothwaite backs it in, oh, and spin by Boyles. Turn around there.
Oh,
That gives Brandon Lambert P4. Kind of puts Lambert in a spot if these two kind of battle and make a mistake. Lambert could slide up into the last for transfer. Now Palacio doesn't have much pressure behind him, so that'll be for P2 in this heat race in the last transfer spot.
Lambert might not be
Ooh,
out of this
big
yet.
send
Whoa, a
by
big send.
Doothwaite there. Keep an eye on that, especially in the feature when we have 10 cars out there. That this
Oh,
one
dear
sends
God,
it in
yeah.
there and just smashes into a couple.
Bumper cars, bowling.
As we'll be coming up to 2 to go here when Palacio crosses the line. It seemed like Lambert was a little bit quicker that last lap. He's keeping up with these three, so never say never. As I know another thing we'll have to watch out for the feature mainly is fuel mileage.
Oh, yeah.
So we
That's
may
going to
see
be
some
interesting.
Pit stops or saving fuel and trying to run it out to the end. We'll have to watch out for that one later on. As Palacio's got a nice big 2.5 second lead. We got Doothwaite under attack from Lambert. Ooh, Lambert shoots it up the inside.
Oh,
Not much of a run there. Is Lambert running the second? He's running a 19.7, so he's definitely quicker than these two. He was actually the fastest lap of the whole field.
wow.
So Lambert's found something. Is
Ooh.
Doothwaite up on 2 wheels.
He is coming. The rest is coming off.
Yeah, we'll see. Oh, Corrido trying to run the top lane. Is Lambert kind of doing the diamond effect, and it seems to be working.
Yeah, that's like the full-on Pro 4 line. He's making a lot of time doing that.
Ooh, he looking up the
Oh.
inside.
Whoa.
Almost contact there. They gotta keep him momentum a little bit with these lower horsepower Beetles. 20 flat, 20.4, 20 flat for Corrido, and 19.2 for Palacio. So Palacio found his speed back there. So let's see. Let's see if he can get him here. Also, never say never. We've seen some crazy stuff with bounces and catching things wrong.
You got that right.
Doothwaite under attack by Lambert. See if Lambert can do anything here in the last couple corners. This is Lambert's right on the back bumper here. Let's see if he does anything into this corner.
Wow. A lot of airtime right there.
Ooh, Doothwaite's
Oh,
running up.
that's not a good corner.
Lambert with the
Crossover.
crossover. Let's see if they can do the crossover. Oh, Lambert keeping it wide.
Oh, he's
the
got
run.
the
Oh,
momentum.
contact.
Oh, there's contact. Oh, my goodness.
Good race, guys.
I
As a
think
photo
Dave got
finish,
it.
Lambert got it by
No,
2
showing.
thousandths of a second.
Wow.
Man, that was close, Brandon.
So
Now that's a photo finish.
Just
with
NASA thing.
Palacio and Corrido moving on, and then Brandon Lambert, David Doothwaite, and Ed Boyles Jr. best of the rest, and we'll see them back in the LCQs. Well then, that was
yeah,
exciting.
no kidding.
Let's move on to Heat 2. See if we can do it again.
Yeah, man, that was
Bryan
fun.
Sawyer,
Thanks, bud.
Francois Martel, JP DeFino, Jess Rakowski, and Devin Hughes. Devin Hughes in the back of this. This is a pretty stacked heat race.
Yeah, this is ridiculous.
I'll say we got multi-time NASA Rallycross champion with Francois Martel. Devin, one of our up-and-coming drivers. I'll say Rakowski's got a couple sportsman wins. And Bryan's got a couple light wins. So, and then DeFino's in there.
Oh,
He's done some things.
we're doing JP dirty. Damn.
He's been pretty quick in these lights this season.
He has.
He's been finding some speed in it, so. As, again, a reminder from our lovely producer that Devin was on the podium last week for an endurance round and is in the and he's back in the heat, so we're gonna be sending in a fast guy to the LCQ here. As we're rolling, waiting for the green here. As we got the green, we are off and racing for Heat 2. Oh, DeFino and Rakowski get a little contact right away.
Good start for the front row.
As the front row able to check out there, yeah. Ooh, DeFino caught the burn.
Oh, whoa, big wide, yeah.
Ooh, then almost caught the back of Martel.
Oh.
Ooh.
Whoa!
Super wide there by Sawyer.
Yeah, but look at the momentum. He's gone.
Apparently that's the trick for there. I'll have to make some notes there for the contenders tomorrow night. Oh, onto
Whoa! Oh no! Oh
Out of the
no!
park.
Safe.
Home run.
And it is out of here.
As we are essentially down to 4. Pretty spread out now after this first lap. Bryan Sawyer P1, Martel P2, Rakowski and Hughes, 2 JC Sim Sport cars, 3rd and 4th. See if Hughes can find some speed and do what Lambert tried doing in the last race. Yeah, Sawyer just sending it in this corner. Oh, all the way around.
He sent it too hard.
Yeah.
He sent it, but put way too much postage on it.
Trying to do a reverse entry into that corner.
Kind of pooped myself there a little.
Ooh, Martel clipped the wall there.
I assumed these two would run away with it, but yeah.
Ooh, and
Oh!
Sawyer into the wall.
And, was
What
that
was
Hughes that
abandoning it?
almost flipped over? Wow.
Or
Rakowski, okay.
Oh, she did the same thing DeFino did. She was out of the park.
Side quick broadcaster rant. Curse you, JC Simsport cars. Really hard to tell who's who sometimes. If you can't see the hood, then you're pretty SOL.
We will take up the complaints with the owner of ASN and NASA, and the owner also of JC Sim Sport.
I'm not scared. Allegedly.
Mertz, please paint your cars a little bit more distinguished. Hey, at least it's not like F1 where it's like looks like 5 cars out there.
No, Mikey, no, this is so not right.
As Martel keeping up with Sawyer here. These two running away a little bit. as Devin Hughes was the fastest car on track that last lap. So
Oh,
I think he found the speed.
It gives me anxiety watching these two go through this section. Yeah, Francois is running him down.
Francois and Devin.
It's not too surprising. Like, we're all well aware of how talented Francois is. So I think the surprise was the fact that he only put it P6 in qual.
This is true, although this is the first lights race this season, so I think he's just trying to get used to this car. He's been running the supercar so much with I believe he's running a racecraft as well, so he's been kind of doing double duty in the supercar. And those cars drive so much more different than the lights. It took me a little bit to get used to the supercar again from the lights, so. His top two there ran away, both running mid-19s, and Hughes ran a mid-20s, so driver's able to pull away a little bit here. Ooh.
Oh. Whoa.
Almost out of the park there for Sawyer.
Yeah, our production team mentioned something about Sawyer catching ridges. Yeah, that is accurate. He got a whole lot of something there.
As he's coming through. Coming to the white. Oh, Martel got a little bit crossed up there. See if Martel can get him. $19.8, $19.9, and then a 20.3. So top three pretty even that last time. See if Sawyer's comes the big send. Oh, looks like he is.
Oh!
Ooh, Martel with a good run.
Wow, that was a terrible corner for Bryan.
See if Martel can do anything here. I say Sawyer needs this 1 point. Oh,
no!
Sawyer over.
No!
Devin.
No!
And Hughes is gonna jump in. Oh, this is gonna get off of the transfer spot now.
Oh
good
my
recovery there.
Goodness.
Let's see if Sawyer's gonna be able to get him. Ooh.
Do we see the bump and run?
Final corner here is Francois Martel takes the win of Heat 2. Oh,
Let's go,
Sawyer
baby!
flipped the inside wall. That's going to put Devin Hughes through with that mistake. Bryan Sawyer P2 or P3.
Man,
sorry.
that is heartbreaking.
That's big in championship implications there. Is he's going to have to go through and only get 1 bonus point. So we'll see. As now we're down to 4 cars in this heat race with Josh Clogg, Josh Mertz, Matty Grove, and Daryl Young are for heat number 3 here. So if Mertz is able to transfer, that gives him for sure 2 bonus points over Bryan. So a little friendly reminder, we have 23 points between them two right now. And 24 over Clogg. So this is actually kind of important between the points battle in general. As Clogg has been kind of the silent assassin in this whole thing. We've been focused on Mertz and Sawyer the whole time, and then Clogg just kind of rallied his way back. I believe he also Clogg missed a race. He missed Brands Hatch, and he still be able to rally back to within 24 points. He's within decent striking distance. Whatever happens here tonight, it could be a 3-horse race going into the Midwest Well, this is the start of the Midwest portion of the series here in Wisconsin. Then we'll go to Iowa and Indianapolis to round out the season. So, as the all Josh front row rounds the final corner here, waiting for the green, and we are green here for heat number 3. Mertz with a good jump there. Able to check out here. Oh, Clog looking up the inside. Thinks better of it. Oh, crossover here.
Oh.
Inside, nope, nothing there. Now we'll race down to the hairpin. Contact between Young and Grove there. Grove is able to start pulling away from it. Clog a little bit on our same Matty Grove. I say we know Matty Grove is used to 2 tires, but
yeah, it was
not
a
the
lot
way
worse
he's
for Grove.
supposed to. Yeah, Grove is really crossed up there.
Oh man.
Good battle here for the heat race lead. Mertz runs super wide, and Clog hits the inside wall. Oh, contact.
Oh! What a save.
Yeah, good save there by Mertz.
I tell you, he's lucky that Clog got the inside wall, otherwise Clog might have been able to sneak by. Mertz's entries are crazy. Like he's almost pointing perpendicular to the apex, entering the corner. It's really crazy to watch. It's a lot more pronounced here than it was last week.
Ooh, Clog with the slider.
Oh, that was dirty slider. You love to see it.
White Castle is open tonight. Oh, they both smacked the inside wall.
Matty Grove is like, okay, keep doing this, boys. Come on.
Ooh, Mertz running wide. Good save. Oh, you know he's gonna run up the inside
and
here.
Crossover. Using that to perfection.
Ooh, little contact.
Oh, there's the send.
And Clog gets a run from the top side. I'll see if these two settle down or if they keep battling.
Nonsense.
I think Clog is a little bit quicker than Mertz. Is he starting to put a little bit of a gap there?
Yeah, but I've seen plenty of crazy shenanigans. Lord knows it's not over yet. He got some distance back. Look at that. He about halved the lead right there in one corner.
And nope, Mertz thought better of it. I thought he was going to return the favor with the slider.
No, save that for the last lap. I like what he did there. Here, you can't really try going to the inside because you lose so much momentum off of the corner, and I think Mertz kind of realized that, and he kind of stayed in the tire tracks of Clog so that he can keep the momentum and try to keep pace with him and try to get the pass done somewhere else.
Ooh, Mertz with a better corner there.
Yeah, I honestly don't think, because of that, I don't think we're going to see that slider into Cowboy, because keeping the momentum and trying to make the pass here or the last corner, I think that's a lot higher percentage of a move than trying a slider into Cowboy.
Yeah, I was just thinking because he was there. As we're seeing it now, Clog is starting to pull away a little bit. I think he was already there, so just kind of send it and see what happens.
Yeah. And
as everyone ran within a second of each other. Dale Young's pulling up in the back bumper of Matty Grove here.
Mertz kind of missed the apex a little bit and cost some time.
As we go down in Clog with like the defensive slider.
Wow.
Not sure what. I wonder if he was trying something there with having a bit more of a lead. We are on board here with Josh Klog. Klog running a little bit wide again there. Able to get the better run off, so it's kind of a... You run wide and lose some time, but then you get the better run for the straightaway into this corner here, so...
Yeah, that's like the way to go through that section, because you're able to just maximize your momentum off, and it just helps so much.
As we come to the white flag, Josh Klog and Josh Mertz are first and third in points. As this will be an extra points for the both of these two over Sawyer, so it's definitely going to help them in the title chase. As Mertz was faster than Klog that last lap, and he's possibly within striking distance here of a slide job. Let's see what happens. Nope, Mertz thought better of it, but that seemed to be a little bit better on the exit. It seemed like Mertz was a little bit quicker through this section, so see what happens here. Mertz sideways.
Oh.
Oop, oh.
Oh, he hits the wall. That's
the
it.
Wall. Let's see if he does a... Oh. Mertz trying to run the bottom. Sawyer had a bad corner there.
If Mertz didn't get the wall, man.
Oop, Mertz trying it. Nope.
Oh, man.
Josh Klog picks up the win here in Heat 3 with 3 points. Mertz with 2 points and P2.
Good run, Klog.
Matty Grove and Darryl Young will move on
Nice
to the
race,
LCQ.
guys. You're moving.
3 down, 1 to go for heat races here in Crandon. As let's see who
I got my
our
immediate
next
karma. My
contestants will
sound
be.
was -16 the entire race. Couldn't hear
Tom
the car.
Brady, Eric Kaplinger, Jake Robichaux, and Olivier Rateau. Seems like I think Heat 3 has been the only heat race where we've not had teammates battling.
Yeah, look at that. We got badge cars in once again.
I'll say Jake Robichaux has shown some good promise this season, really picking up some speed, so see if he can find himself way into the future through this heat race. Or we got Tom Grady, the newer driver to the series, and Eric Kaplinger, who does have a feature win, so. And this will help out in the constructors as we have a pretty decent points battle, 53 points between JC Simsport and the Volkswagen Automotive Group, so see if this will help them. Rounding the final corner here, waiting for the green, and green flag is out for Heat 4. Robichaux with a good start on the outside of Kaplinger here. Up to P2, looking for P1. Robichaux finding the nitrous button on the start there.
Yeah. Oh, wow. Great opening corners from
Robichaux looking to run the bottom here. Ooh, contact.
Oh my goodness. That is a punterino.
As Robichaux looking the wrong way, trying to find himself to go straight. And Rateau moves up to P2 right now. As Kaplinger runs away. See if Grady can get around Rateau here. Ooh, contact. Oh, they go around.
Hip check. Oh my god. What the?
And here comes Robichaux into P2.
What? What is
Oh,
happening?
and contact again.
Is it still going on? What in the... Oh,
I'm so sorry.
So we got a rivalry going here between Rateau and Grady.
wow. Get the hate calls for... Yeah, we forgot about the other veg car.
As Kaplinger's just gone. He's got himself a 7-second lead in a lap. Jake Robichaux now sitting comfortably in P2. Got a 4-second lead for the transfer spot there over Grady. Trying to put one of the Slapex cars up into the feature. As we'll go on board with Grady here, trying to reel in Robichaux here. Take you a ride around this place.
Yeah, wow, Tom's he really is starting to catch up. Look at that.
Yeah, just seeing Robichaux get bigger and bigger in the picture. We're on lap 3 of 5 here. Oh, Grady with inside wall. 19-2.
Sheesh.
Grady cut that lead down in half in a lap, so see if he can get to the back bumper here with 2 to go. Although clipping that inside wall like he did won't help him.
Yeah, you're right about that.
Grady throwing it in there. Nice, good speed shots here. Oh, Robichaux over.
Oh my god.
He's done.
He is out of
He
here.
really went out of the park.
Adios, pelota.
So that put Tom Grady into P2 there. So what we kind of thought is we'd look for a replay here. Yep, just rolling off into oblivion. As we're live here, as Kaplinger and Tom Grady, it looks like they will be the 2 for sure drivers moving through here, unless something like what Robichaux happened. So I think the only way that these 2 won't be moving on.
Don't let what happened to me happen to you.
Exactly. Good couple practice laps here for these drivers. So far we've seen some pretty good action. Got any predictions now there, James? Or we're still waiting on the 2 LCQs?
Well, I think what we're gonna get is more chaos, especially since we're gonna have Bryan Sawyer having to come through the LCQ. It sure is gonna be interesting, and like you can't really settle in. Like with how bad the bumps are with the car, you have no idea what's gonna happen. You can't take anything for granted here. So even if it looks like the race is in hand, really trying to toe the line without getting a commentator's curse right here and right now, you just kinda have to be careful. So you'd say you predict Sawyer to make it through to the LCQ, or make it through to the feature from the LCQ, but some things that are out of his control.
Yeah, we could see some wild stuff on the start, or like we saw with the Robo-Show, and I believe Rukowski, where they've taken the bad bump wrong, and he took the bad bump, but he was able to save it, not get sent out of the park. So this Robo-Show is able to get back on track, getting a lap or two, but as Eric will take the checkered flag for heat number 4, move on to the final. And then his teammate Tom Grady moving on as well. And then Olivier Rateau and Jake Robichaux will be moving on to the LCQs.
That was truly a heat race of all our time.
Yeah, we had Robichaux in, Robichaux out. We had Grady in, Grady out in the back end. Olivier Rateau. I think we had all 4 different drivers in the transfer spot position at one point.
Kaplinger just cruising, watching everyone beat the hell out of each other.
As we're waiting for Robichaux here to finish. And then we'll move on to LCQ number 1. Getting some good TV time there for Robichaux. Beautiful slide into that corner.
Love you, buddy.
As we move on to LCQ number 1. Brandon Lambert, Matthew Grove, David Duthwaite, Darryl Young, and Ed Boyles Jr. 5 cars for 1 position.
All right.
Let's see who can make it. I know Lambert showed some pretty good pace there in his heat race, so.
Yeah, it's kind of anyone's guess here.
Yeah, we've seen Matty Grove do some pretty good talented stuff and work his way in, even with not having the fastest car. I've seen him take a 3rd place car and put it into the feature, so. And we got the 2 Warrior cars and Darryl Young, so. 5 cars, 5 laps, and 1 transfer spot, so. Everyone's going to be battling, trying to get that P1. Got any predictions for this LCQ?
I'm kind of put my money on Lambert with how quick he was, but I wouldn't be super surprised if we see Grove kind of sneak one out.
Yeah, will we see the recent experience or the past experience? We'll find out here in the LCQ. Very tight. Ooh, a little bit of contact there. As we're waiting for the green is green here for LCQ number 1. Lambert with a good jump. Ooh, a little bit of contact in the back of the field. 2 Warrior cars.
Oh my goodness! Oh my! What in the world?
As Duthwaite and Boyles wrecking it. As Darryl Young's already done.
Wow. That. What the heck happened?
As we see the replay here.
Wow. Oh my goodness. Friendly fire.
As Young got stuffed into the wall, so he's done. We're down to a 2-car race essentially already. Matty Grove versus Brandon Lambert. Boyles is the only one left on track at the moment, besides these 2. So see if Grove's got anything for Lambert here. Lambert pulling away a little bit.
Yeah, he's kind of keeping him honest.
Yeah, any little mistake there by Lambert, and Grove is just going to capitalize on it. Coming into Cowboy here. See what line. See Lambert rips the berm. So does Grove. Grove a little bit more of a shallow entry through there.
Yeah, you can kind of see that pay dividends for Lambert.
Yeah, it seems like the diamond effect through there is the best. And that Penguin RC ride. Lambert did that diamond effect there, and yep, even more run. So seems like that's the way to go here, is diamond these corners, especially the ones that have the progressive banking to them.
Yeah, it's pretty much if you watch the jumpy trucks, that's the exact way that they attack these corners, the Pro 4s, or just try to maximize the straight line momentum you get from the four-wheel drive.
Lambert ran a 19.7 to a 21.1 by Grove, so Lambert definitely quicker. Oh,
Oh
Lambert,
no! Oh, what? What in the world? Oh no! He's
trying to do a 3-point turn there.
How did he do that? How is he already back, about to take the lead back? What in the world did we just watch? What?
That was like the save of the year right there. Oh
my goodness!
Lambert just jumped on the back bumper.
This LCQ went from 0 to 150 million in about 3.5 seconds. Holy crap. I am at a loss for words. iRacing top 10.
As we said there, Grove is able to find and just run consistently and take a little bit slower car and try to put it in the feature. And guess what? He is now leading with 2 to go. Grove in
oh
the
no!
wall.
Oh, it was a big contact, but it did knock him offline a bit. That's gonna cost him.
See if Lambert pushes the issue here.
Decent exit for Lambert.
Will White Castle be open?
Glad
No
job.
slider.
Nope. He was looking. He was thinking about it.
He thought about it, but just wasn't close enough. So now Grove is gonna pull away a little bit here.
Yeah, you can't because look at how much momentum he lost. Like they entered nose to tail, and he's about what 2-3 car lengths back. Like that's the thing about running the slider line there. You have to be sure that you can at least somewhat kind of maybe pull it off. Otherwise, you were just losing so much ground that not easy to make up.
Yeah,
like Grove.
Ooh, good run off by Lambert.
Yeah, like look at
looking inside here. Oh, but Lambert, the car straightened out on him.
Yeah, kind of what happened with him in Cowboy. What caused him to have to do the driver's head 3-point turn through the cones.
As we are on the white flag, so this is for the transfer spot. Ooh, Lambert got a better run.
Yeah, you could see it.
If Grove looking to cut it off.
Now this is the time.
Lambert keeping it tighty, but
slide
Grove
job.
running the top lane.
He is gonna have the momentum.
Oh, Grove with a massive run. If I was Lambert
what
there,
did I tell you?
I would have tried to pull the slider up in front of him and kill that momentum.
Yeah, I'm kind of surprised that he cut him a lot of slack. Oh, and he completely missed the ball on him entering barn. Oh, I think this might be all she wrote here.
We'll see through the final left-hand corner here. Lambert sends it. Ooh, Lambert got a good run there, but I don't think he's close enough here.
Yeah, no.
Ooh, he's trying though. Definitely trying.
Heck of
but
a try,
Maddie
but
drove.
wow.
Great race,
LCQ
Crandon.
winner.
Wow, what a performance.
Stealing one over Lambert, and then Ed Boyles Jr. So Lambert will be P11, Ed Boyles Jr. P13.
Now, I'd like to make a request to see a replay of Lambert's little excursion midway through that race.
Unfortunately, we cannot, as we've moved on to LCQ2 with Bryan Sawyer, Olivier Rateau, JP DeFino, Jake Robichaux, and Jess Rakowski. 5 cars, 5 laps, and 1 transfer spot. So, we saw the fastest guy the last LCQ not make it through. Will we see it again? Which would be very serious for championship implications.
I don't know how I want to answer that, since I predicted the guy that didn't win to win. So, yeah, let's just see what happens.
So JP DeFino has been quick, but had some couple of mistakes there in his heat race, but definitely could battle with Sawyer. So Robichaux had some speed too, and unfortunately knocked it out of the park. We were on the final corner here waiting for the green flag. As green is out for the final LCQ. Sawyer with a great jump. Rateau sleeping.
He just needs to focus forward.
Ooh, contact.
Oh.
Rateau gets turned.
Man. What?
Rakowski waiting for Rateau, I think. She slowed down at least. I think she was the cause in that one. Is DeFino on the back bumper? Oh, ooh, almost contact.
It's a bit of an awkward entry for Bryan, because if you saw when he kicked it out entering the corner, he got up on the ridge, like what our production crew was pointing out earlier in his heat, and it just kind of carried him out, and it was nearly disastrous because it almost gave JP the line there. He's got to be careful with that.
As JP's got the speed with Bryan here. I think one little mistake by Sawyer and JP could definitely jump in.
Yeah, he's been playing fast and loose with that badge. You just can't do that. You got to be careful.
As we end the first lap here with Bryan Sawyer leading, JP DeFino, Jake Robichaux, and Jess Rakowski. Then Olivier Rateau rounding out the field. This corner here is almost like one of the most important because it sets you up for this nice long run into Cowboy there where a lot of the passing's been done, or at least the attempts have.
And it's such a pain because there's no real way to take it. Like other corners you have, oh yeah, you need to do it like this, but there's about 100 different ways you can take that corner, and most of them could be wrong. I know personally there's 100 different ways for me to take that corner, and they're all wrong.
Yeah, there's no real good markers or anything to help you, like, okay, I need to turn here.
Oh, he saved it!
Saving it off the berm there from Robichaux.
Jake Knievel keeping it on. Look at that. Baller.
Just Jake looking around the top lane, cutting down. See if he gets the run on Rakowski. These two battling for P3. We're missing nothing up front. Sawyer's pulling away from Defino. Sawyer with a 19.4. Defino with a 20.9. Rakowski second quick with a 20.4. So we could see Rakowski run down Defino.
Yeah, she's got speed, but I just don't know if it's the speed to get to that transfer spot. Ooh. He clipped the ridge a little bit there.
Yeah, Defino really, was a really
what happened?
sharp diamond there. I think he over-rotated a little bit on entry. So that's going to help Rakowski run down Defino.
It's really interesting watching the body language of Bryan's car going over that jump. You can see, it's almost as if he's kind of flicking it going over, and it's having him jump at an angle and land at an angle, and not just where it's pointing, but you can see him kind of nose down a little bit, and I think that's really what's making him vulnerable to what we saw in the heat, because the suspension travel with these things compared to the jumpy trucks, it's not a whole lot. So you hit the ground, it's gonna be hard, and it's gonna basically bounce the car up and down. And the fact that this thing is quite literally a bug, they are very conducive to barrel rolls. So it's faster doing it that way, but it's so risky because it just makes it so unpredictable on landing.
Yeah, as you see,
Go figure.
That one's a little bit nicer. Let's see if these two.
Yeah, I wonder if
nice
now.
Soft Defino there. Or Rakowski with the best landing.
Yeah, she landed flat.
As they all land nicely that time for us.
Well, that's the thing, is that the rest of them, that's pretty much how they were landing, the entirety of it, but Bryan's doing it jumping truck style, where he's touching the brakes, and again, it's faster, because you can get the car where you need to go immediately, and not run the risk of missing the apex, but it opens it up to him just kind of flopping over. But now that he's got a 5-second gap, I think he's just taking it easy. He's not even doing any of that. He's not opening the possibility of what happened in the heat happening again.
Yes, he's able to run away here. He's at a 5-second lead. Defino and Rakowski trying to put on a battle, but I think Rakowski's just going to run out of time here.
Yeah, she kind of locked up too, which didn't help.
And then Robichaux and Olivier Rateau.
I think he might have hit the brake just a smidge, because you could see it kind of angled down and then popped up. Man, he swung that out. That was just a bit outside.
As we got Bryan Sawyer rounding the final lap, the final corner here, picking up heat win or LCQ win. Moving on to the feature. JP Defino, best of the rest in P12, P14, Jess Rakowski, Jake Robichaux, P16, and then Olivier Rateau, P18. As he is finding his way around the circuit. Make his way around the final corner here and finish out our LCQs. As our heats and semifinals have all wrapped up, the feature race is next. Let's see who will walk away with the win tonight, but first, here's a message from our sponsors.
Oh, cool. Fog's gone.
You're so interesting.
I love your browser history.
I like that you're not hiding anything from me.
By the way, nice IP address. I like your neighborhood.
You are so special. This ad is just for you.
I learned so many things from you.
You are so generous.
With your personal data.
Switch on privacy, switch off trackers and viruses. Go to nordvpn.com. NordVPN. Safely be you.
Racing isn't easy, but experiencing it is. iRacing puts you in the driver's seat with the industry's leading sim racing game. Drive on laser scan replicas of the greatest racing circuits from around the world. Go head-to-head against other drivers chosen by skill-based matchmaking to ensure competitive racing at every level. Compete across all your favorite series. In officially licensed cars, engineered to deliver the most accurate driving experience possible. Join a race or host your own with players from across the globe. Race against the computer or in a league with friends. Feel the thrill behind the wheel. Visit iRacing.com.
Absolutely be doing what he has to do. He has to go for the championship. He has to recover the points that he lost. He's down the race, takes the lead in the 12. What a move. And he takes the lead and holds
Side by side between these two in turn one. This is going to get spicy.
Turn one, over the jump to begin the first lap, clog at the inside line. McFarland contact between them. They are still side by side. This opens the door for Wetz. He can't make anything happen. From the 26, he has not won in quite some time. Dragster acing the entry to turn one, up and into the inside of Magnus, gives him a nudge. Grip strip on the inside, Phil. Wetz had a little bit better run, but looks like Rocky's going to hold his spot.
We welcome you back to round 8 of NASCAR Rallycross Lights here in Wisconsin. Once again with Victor Vallee in the production truck. My name is Cody Erdmann, and I'm joined by James Watson in the commentary box. Our coverage all season on ASN is brought to you by NordVPN. NordVPN, your gateway to online freedom and security. Protect your digital privacy with military-grade encryption. Browse the web anonymously and access your favorite content from anywhere in the world. Receive 63% off a 2-year plan at nordvpn.com/ASNTVUSA. Also, our cameras for the entire season are provided by TrackCams22.com. And finally, our intro music was produced by our own Alex Abetti. As we're letting these feature drivers warm up here a little bit, James, kind of what are your expectations going in here through the feature? We got Marcus Palacio and Martel in the front row, and then for 3 main points contenders, Clog is starting P3, Marks is starting P7, and then Bryan Sawyer is P10. So What are your thoughts going into this?
My thoughts are the same thought. That's every week, Pinky. More chaos.
Bring the chaos.
Like, we've seen some really crazy stuff going on tonight. And now you have all the fast guys out there on track with each other. You have Bryan Sawyer coming from the back. I can't imagine we're not going to see anything else stupid. Like,
as we're going to look at the points here, just to kind of give us an idea what we're looking at here. Because we got 156 for Mertz, and then 133 and 132 for Bryan and Sawyer. Bryan and Clog, sorry. And then Devin Hughes and Palacio tied for fourth as well. So that's something to keep an eye on. As Palacio had a couple feature wins, Hughes has been picking up some speed here as of late. And Hughes will be Palacio will be P1, Hughes will be P6, so definitely looking forward to some good points battles here once we get through Crandon here, and then we'll move on to Iowa and IRP. Go back to the traditional Rallycross format. I do know for a fact Mertz, I believe, is a pretty big fan of Iowa, so that's going to play into his wheelhouse here. So I think Sawyer and definitely Clog will have to try to get as many points as they can to reel him in before we head off to the land of corn. Also, something to keep an eye on here. Fuel mileage may be an issue. We may see the drivers make a pit stop. Not exactly sure. We'll have to see as we go on. Could also see someone like Martel or Torito. Two drivers that have plenty of speed that are kind of playing spoilers in this whole deal between the top 3 points.
yeah, Francois is honestly my prediction to win. Like, it did not take him that long to get up to speed. He's been showing some really good pace here in the heat race. So I think it's going to be a really fascinating battle between him and Marcos.
Martel is one that I think in NASA in general, he is probably one of the most consistent drivers we have. That's something I know I try to pride myself on, was running more of the consistency. But he's able to do the consistency, but have the blistering pace with it. He can just run super quick lap times, almost qualifying speed like, but able to do it lap in and lap out. So definitely one to keep an eye out for. We got about a minute and a half here roughly. And like you said, we got all the fast guys now. They're all in this warm-up. They're within a second. As we'll kind of do a quick programming note here, just as we're waiting on. Come and tune in tomorrow night. Okay, here we go. Tomorrow night we got NASA Rallycross here in Crandon. Contenders will be on 8 Eastern. And then Supercars, our Pro Class, will be at 9 Eastern. Catch Martel as he's trying to chase after Evan McFarland there in the points. It's definitely going to be an entertaining night. And then next week, like I said, us here at Rallycross Lights will be at Iowa, round 9, second to last race of the season. I don't know. We could, depending on what happens tonight and then what happens in Iowa, we could crown a champion, I believe. So, some wild things would have to happen, but that could happen. As 28 points is the max points, so he would have to leave Iowa with 28. So it's definitely possible if he left here with equal amount of points roughly, and then moving on. So we'll see what happens. It is now time for our feature. Marcus Palacio is and Francois Martel is our front row, row number 1. Josh Clogg and Eric Kaplinger, row 2. Dan Curto and Devin Hughes, row 3. Josh Mertz and Tom Grady, row 4. And last row is Matty Grove and Bryan Sawyer. 10 laps, 10 cars, and all the points. One Slapex car, all 3 Vag cars, and 2 JC Simsport cars. And then we have one of the 845 squad. One car of the RX ARG. And then the Woven Planet Team Gold car of Josh Clogg. So, as we're rolling here, strap in, ladies and gentlemen, because this is about to get pretty wild. I have no idea what's going to happen here.
Nope.
As I would say, James, I don't think you do either. I don't think any of us do. I don't think these drivers have an idea what's going to happen.
I do know whatever it is, it's going to be entertaining.
Around the final corner, waiting for the green flag. As we are green here in Crandon. Contact already.
Let the dumpster fire begin.
Ooh.
Oh my God, they're 3 wide.
Oh, we're looking 4 wide.
Oh no. Oh God.
Oh,
Mertz is over. He's flipping.
Oh, no, that's Hughes. That is Hughes over.
Curse you, JC Simsport. Oh, and all 3 Vag cars.
All 3 Vag cars are all in a mess. And Sawyer's up to P6, right behind Mertz.
Wow.
Here we go for Cowboy. Oh, Mertz looking around the outside.
Oh no, Bryan. Oh. He overcooked it. Oh, he had the start of his life that he needed. Oh.
Sawyer just overdid it there.
Oh, man.
Is our front 2 of Palacio and Martel.
Oh.
Oh, here comes Mertz.
Oh, my God. Oh.
Mertz is trying to get after it now. Crito trying to podium here. Oh, Mertz with the reverse entry. With Grady all over. That would Grady's trying to play spoiler in this to help his teammate. Mertz looking up the inside of Crito. Contact.
Oh! Cut Crito some props. Like, he's putting up a fight here. And it's impressive to watch.
Absolutely.
The 845 guys have been showing off this week.
Yeah, Crito's got some pretty good pace here. One little mistake by the top 3 and he'll be onto a step of a podium. Super tight battle there. Oh, Grove runs wide. That gives Kaplinger the battle. Because we got everyone on the same straightaway here.
Yeah, I don't know about you, but this first lap is exactly what I was expecting it to be.
As Martel's putting the pressure on Palacio here. I'll say we do have an endurance cup too. As Palacio is 5 points behind Clogg in the endurance cup. So this would give Palacio the endurance cup win. Ooh, Grady up the inside, but doesn't get the run.
Oh, fast lap.
This is Grady and Mertz battling. That gives Corritto the breathing room to run away here.
I love that camera view. It gave you great insight onto all of the different entries that everyone's using. Like I said earlier, there's so many different ways you could take that corner.
Ooh, Sawyer backing it in. As we got everyone kind of calm down. Nothing too crazy going on. Just clogged really rough on the landing. See if Mertz will be able to do something here with Corritto. He's able to reel him back in. Mertz will look in the inside. Grady's got the top lane, so Mertz is going to have Grady now looking on the left. Is Grady up to P number 5. Mertz back to P6 right now. Oh! Incidents.
Wow, a lot of incidents.
Don't look now, but Bryan Sawyer is P6 or P7. Is Martel still putting pressure on Palacio here? Clog slowly railing away. Clog ran an 18-7 to a 19-2 and 3 by these two, so Clog is trying to add his name to the mix. So we got a battle for the win, essentially, and then battle for P4.
Whole lot of battles. Ooh. Not the best corner for Clog.
No, not the best corner for Corritto or Grady. These two battling has let Mertz slowly catch up a little bit here. As Grady gets the run down. See what he does here in the final corner.
Jumpy truck line, no P.
Ooh,
he's still there. Wow.
Corritto with the run.
Impressive. Oh, and then he hits the wall and sends himself offline. He's holding even still.
Ooh, oh, contact!
Oh my goodness! Oh, that was significant contact.
That just lets Clog get even closer.
Marcos did really well to hold on to that.
Is Grady looking on the outside of Corritto?
Oh, no! Oh, no! Oh!
Corritto gets going before Sawyer, but Sawyer gets by him with this momentum.
That is heartbreaking for Corritto. He was doing such a good job. Like, an unreal job of holding everyone off. Like, the new Minister of Defense with how well he was defending. Oh, that's a shame.
As we have 3 cars under the blanket here for the win. Palacio, Martel, and Clog. Clog has been the fastest of them 3 the last couple laps. And then Tom Grady, Josh Mertz, and Bryan Sawyer. So our 3 title protagonists within the top 6. Corritto's on the back bumper of Sawyer though, but I think Sawyer's on a mission right now. So see what happens. Ooh, Martel runs wide. They get Clog the inside line. Martel gets a run off though. A couple of rough landings there a little bit. Nothing too crazy though.
It's sketchy, but no worse for the wear.
Yeah, we haven't seen anything like we saw with Roboshow or Rakowski or any of them. Clog putting pressure on Martel. complete lap number 7 here. Go on, complete 6 onto 7. 19.2, 19.3, 19.4, the top 3. 19.1 by Grady. Then Mertz with a 19.5, 19.7, so the whole field very equal. As Matty Grove has retired from the race, so we are down to nine contestants here.
Definitely sure has kind of stabilized.
Yeah, everything's gonna calm down here a little bit, I do agree.
Yeah, a little surprised by that. Oh, well, no, you say that.
Well,
oh my goodness, it happened again.
As we were just saying, as Sawyer now slides himself all the way to P9 with that mistake.
Wow.
As we have a battle for what will be now P6 with Corritto and Hughes. Hughes had a little bit more of the pace over Corritto. Oop. Hughes a little bit of tap of the wall there. As everything's equally spread out up front. Oh, as we say that, Martel's around.
Wow. Oh my goodness.
Martel's still trying to get it around. Car does not want to come, because Mertz is able to gain another spot out of that.
Wasn't quite like the Lambert special, but it was still interesting to watch nonetheless.
As we see what happens here. Oh, just too deep into the corner. As we got Palacio up front. Josh Clogg, P number 2 now. Tom Grady P3 with Mertz P4. So I believe we'll have a tie. If we end like this, we will have a tie for the Endurance Cup.
I'm very curious what the tiebreaker will be.
I'd imagine it would be the better the finish of this. I think it'll be the best finish of this round, of the second round. We'll have to ask our admin team afterwards. We'll find out. This Palash's starting to pull away here a little bit. He's trying to cut 19. I think he ran an 18.9 the last lap, and then that's a 19 flat here. So pretty good speed by Palacio. Clog with a 19.4. So pulling away a little bit. Mertz is slowly catching up Grady. I think the track is changing a little bit.
Yeah, you're starting to get some serious wear lines going in. You can see you're starting to get that blue groove sheen starting to come in.
Yes, Palacio takes the white flag here. As it looks like Kaplinger back there gonna hit the wall and let his teammate by. So move Bryan Sawyer up to P7.
And is Francois on the track still? It's showing him a lap down at 9. Wow.
As it looks like Francois is finished, has parked it for the evening. So the main trophy hunting, I think, decided since that mistake just to call it a night. Oh, Grady over. and that puts Mertz up to P3.
Wow.
As Grady is done, he is on his lid. As Palacio grounding the final corner and will pick up the feature win here in Crandon. Josh Clogg P2 and Josh Mertz P number 3, final step of the podium. As we have battle for P4, Hughes and Corritto.
Hughes is sending it. I think he's gonna get him.
As Corritto got the run off the corner, so put Corritto P4. Hughes P5. As Kaplinger's stopped, I think he's waiting on his teammate. I did hear.
Oh my god, that is awesome! That is awesome!
It's all three.
That is epic.
As all three bad cars across the line there. Kaplinger P6, Grady P7, and Sawyer P8. And then Martell and Grove will round out the feature. As we're gonna
wow. Oh my goodness, that is about what I expected.
As I did not expect Mertz to get that P3. That was good driving by him. As he just put in what he needed to.
And just let the dumpster fire happen around him.
As speaking of that man, let's pull him up here. Hey there, Mert, you got us?
Woo! Yes, sir. What's up?
Welcome to the third step of the podium as you let the pandemonium happen around you and you just did your thing and got the P3. Talk us about it.
Wow. I don't deserve this podium because, there's some fast guys here and I was battling Tom. He had the edge on me. The competition here is incredible and it is so hard to be fast. And I'm just so elated that I guess I lucked into this. I don't know what to say. I thought that, we were going to be in the back of the field. We're going to lose more points. And we only lost a few on Clog. And I know Bryan had some issues. So I'm just feeling really good.
Daz, you were able to kind of just run your own race. And if you want to call that a salvage job,
yes, P3. I mean, I was terrified. I thought I was going to die in turn 1 just because of how crazy the start with the 2 jumps are and everyone's everywhere and I have no idea. And next thing I know, I'm behind Clog. So I have no clue. I just drove the car and survived. I think I almost died. I had to pull the handbrake to save it. I don't know if that was in my heat or the feature, but this track is something else.
Absolutely entertaining. Is quick question for you.
Yes, sir.
We're not sure. Josh Clog and Marcus Palacio tied for the Endurance Cup. So what would our tiebreaker be?
I have to go back and actually figure that out because I have no clue.
Yeah.
If they're tied on win, yeah, that's a thing. I'll figure it out tomorrow. And I'll let everyone know on the broadcast because I have zero idea.
Okay, well, as of right now, we have a co-champion for the Endurance Cup, but
you got to tune in to find out.
Yeah, who'd you like to thank to get you P3 in the feature here?
My wonderful wife, Chloe, I'll start first and foremost. Mother-in-law, Angie, friends, Ryan and Kevin. I think the entire Woodridge Wolfpack 98H. Hopefully they're watching. I sent my link to my boss. We'll see. Cheryl from Athens Grill, Frank from Frank's Vape Escape, Phil from Blades and Fades, and the entire broadcast and leadership team of ASN and NASA. It's super hard to drive these cars and super rewarding that I get to do it. And I'm just very thankful for everybody.
Absolutely. As now we will head off to the land of corn of Iowa and see if you can repeat yourself onto the podium.
We'll see. Clog and I had a great battle last season, so round 2 next week.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Thanks, buddy.
As I don't believe we have anyone else. As as well. As P4 was Corrido there, so we'll see if we can get him quickly. Hey there, Dan, you got us?
What's that?
You got us here in the ASN commentary booth?
Yeah.
First off, congratulations on P4.
Thank you.
You had a ton of speed there, kind of battling with Clog and everything. Kind of talk us through your race on what could have been a possible podium, and then you rallied back from a little bit of contact and everything.
Yeah, I don't know. Coming into it, I was actually kind of worried. During practice, I was probably a second or two off of the pace I was running tonight. So I don't really know where that came from. Just kept it clean. And yeah, I didn't even know at the end there that I was running for such a high position. I knew Hughes was right on me, but I didn't know everything that was going on in front. Those guys were so far ahead, I couldn't even see it.
Absolutely. Definitely had the pace. You were on the back bumper of Clog there for a little bit and was battling with Hughes and James, you got anything for our P4?
Yeah. What was going through your mind through a lot of those battles? Because you were having some of the best defensive driving I've seen in this series. What was going through your mind, and what strategies were you trying to employ, trying to keep everyone behind you? Because you were doing a fantastic job of that.
Right. Actually, it's funny you mentioned that. At the beginning of the race, I was talking to JP, my teammate, and I knew I was starting decently high up, and I said, I'm going to run pretty defensively. I'm pretty decent at it, and that's kind of what I did going through the whole race. The track's pretty wide, so I figured there was a lot of room for mistakes, and I made a couple, to be honest with you, but it actually kind of ended up helping me.
Yeah, you ran a nice, good, clean race there. Good points day for you. Who'd you like to thank to get P4?
I guess JP for giving me this opportunity to run on the team.
Absolutely. We look forward to speaking with you again in Iowa.
Thank you. Yeah, I'm gonna have to run some laps on that. I don't think I ever have.
As we wrap up the rest of our show here, if we can get a quick look at our results here. Marcus Palacio was our P1 winner. Then Josh Clog and Josh Mertz rounding out our podium. Then Dan Corrido and Devin Hughes rounding out the top 5. And then the 3 Volkswagen Auto Group. I don't know why words have gotten so hard recently. With Eric Kaplinger, Tom Grady, and Bryan Sawyer. And then DNFing tonight was Francois Martel and Matthew Grove, with fastest lap being Josh Clog. I'm not sure if we have points updated. Points are updated. So 20 points back from Josh Mertz is Josh Clog moving up to P2. And then Bryan Sawyer, 10 points back off of Clog. And then we got Palacio jumping ahead over Hughes, and then Kaplinger moving up to. And then Morissette was not here, so he fell. So him and Defino are now tied. And Corrido's right there, so we have a good battle for P8 in points. I'm looking over at team points. I think these are still from last week, so we'll get them updated for you guys going into Iowa. As we'll do quick programming notes again, as the Overwatch Specialty Service NASA Rallycross Challenge will be here in Crandon tomorrow night. The contenders portion of the evening will be at 8 p.m. Eastern, and then the supercar portion will be at 9 p.m. Eastern. So make sure you come in and catch. If you like what you saw here, make sure you tune in tomorrow night. So we got some of the best, especially in the supercar portion of the evening. And then NASA Rallycross Lights, round number 9, December 3rd, next Sunday, will be at Iowa. getting back to the regular Rallycross portion of the evening. Our coverage tonight was brought to you by NordVPN. For up to 63% off a 2-year plan, visit nordvpn.com/ASNTVUSA. Our cameras for the entire season was provided by TrackCams22.com. And finally, our own intro music was produced by Alex Abetti. If you like what you see, make sure to subscribe and follow the Automotive Sports Network for all of our coverage. And if you want to race with us, all the info is at nasasimracing.com. As James, if you kind of get some final thoughts from you, then I'll do some final thoughts, and then we'll sign off.
Yeah, I mean, that was pretty well what we were expecting going into it. We expected a race with a lot of talking points, a lot of dramatic race-changing moments, and we got it. It was pretty exciting from the drop, and even when we thought, okay, it's settled out, I think they're gonna take it easy. I don't think anything crazy is gonna happen. The race gets absolutely turned on its head, and we don't even know what's going on anymore.
Yeah, it definitely was it got calm and then like chaotic and then calm again and then chaotic again. It's kind of like it went through waves, as we are seeing here. I believe that was Grady. Yep, yeah, Grady who flipped over right at the end. First, congratulations to Mertz on, like I said, what you can call a salvage job being P3. He just kind of ran his own race, and I think he had a 24-point lead coming in tonight over Clog, and now it's down to 20. So he still has a decent buffer between himself and Clog. So, and unfortunately, Sawyer lost some decent points. So, depending on what happens next week in Iowa, Sawyer could be mathematically eliminated. We could be down to a 2-horse race here going into Indianapolis, depending on what happens next week. So, definitely looking forward to that. And we have some good small points battles sprinkled out through the field. So, and looking forward to seeing who can rally themselves through the last 2 rounds of the season and see if they can get as many points and move themselves up through the points battles.
Yeah, it's crazy. Like, you feel bad for Sawyer. Like, he's had some crazy bad luck and crazy incidents. It's kind of crazy to hear that he could be eliminated with how good he's been early on in the season. Just these last couple of races just not gone his way at all.
Yeah, these two rounds, like the endurance rounds, we definitely thought he could have been one of the favorites almost to win, and it just fell short. So we'll have to see what happens in Iowa as the checker flag falls on the evening. From all of us at the Automotive Sports Network, from Josh Mertz, Philip Kraus, Victor Vallee, Justin Robichaux, Jess Rakowski, Bryan Sawyer, Chad Irvine, James Watson, Jared Lott, I am Cody Erdmann. We hope you enjoyed the coverage here at the NASA Rallycross Lights tonight from Crandon. Be sure to tune in tomorrow for Supercars here also in Crandon. But until then, good night, everyone.